Hi, I'm Debra Charles. I thought I'd talk to you today about a bit about my life and also about a legacy. So I started out in life, I was adopted when I was not long after I was born actually, by my great parents who taught me some fantastic values. However, for some unknown reason, I don't know why, I felt like I'd been dropped in a blob on the world, in a pod even. And I felt alone, and I felt I didn't fit in, I felt I wasn't clever enough, everything I did seemed to go wrong, and I felt lonely. By the time I was 15, I had a breakdown, and it's been awful for my parents. It wasn't great for me. By the age of 22, I managed to bag myself a job in a robotics organisation. And I'm lucky enough to be one of a group of people that took robots into the automotive industry. That's over 30 years ago, and probably made a super huge impact and difference on how cars are manufactured today. Fast forward to my early 30s, and unfortunately I lost my parents. They died fairly close together of cancer, and obviously devastating. It gave me this weird privilege card, and by that I meant that what's the worst can happen? I had no fear, and I've been thinking about what can I do to make a difference. I want to count for something. I felt like my early start in life, that I was a blob, landed on the planet, that I need to somehow ingrain my mark on the planet to say I'm here. And so I started an organisation called Novacroft. And Novacroft's made of two pillars. One is using technology to simplify the complex, and the other is around people. I am an absolute firm believer there is something amazing in everyone. It's about bringing that talent together, and the sum is greater than the individual parts. So with that sort of in mind, I wanted to use my skills to the best I could. And so we set about looking at sectors. We started in the energy sector, and we looked at how we could remove complex processes, enable the energy central government at that time to reach their audience, and enable them to have more energy efficient homes and vehicles. And we processed around £55 million worth of grants on behalf of government. And then we moved into the transport sector, and again the same kind of thing, enabling organisations such as Transport for London to move from a card for students that took 48 days to get into today, same day, by taking things online, removing the complexity, taking them online, enabling people to apply for something, get something, and be supported by it. So we also work in the charity sector, and exactly the same process applies. It's helping our clients reach their audience in a way that makes a difference to both the organisations we work with, such as the Royal British Legion, in order that they can all be fit for the future. I have a team of around 250 people based in Northamptonshire, and they are a phenomenal group of people. They're my team, and I think the world of them. They make a difference. Then I think about the future, and I think about 11 years from now, 2030, the fourth industrial revolution will be upon us. And today, we have 192 million people across the globe without jobs, according to McKinsey. By 2030, that will have risen to 800 million people without jobs. We, me, you, we have to do something about this. Because if we're not careful, instead of seizing the opportunities, we will be fraught with peril. The robots are coming, artificial intelligence is coming. As humans, we need to be able to take our place at the table effectively. So, what do we do about it? Well, I think there are 4 things that we do about it. One is about encouraging our children today to recognise the importance of kindness, to recognise that empathy is vital. Why do I say that? Well, I say that because in everything that we create, technically or otherwise, the well-being of citizens needs to be at the heart of everything we develop. Robots, artificial intelligence, and so on. And so if we can encourage children to recognise that, they will be the people for our future that will enable us to go on to future generations, which obviously speaks for itself. There's also the near to home, which is children are suffering immensely from anxiety and even more serious things. And so I have a son, and I want to make sure that my son and all children recognise each other as valuable. So we've created the Kindness Book, which started with my co-founders back in 11th of November 2018. And by 11th of November 2019, we're aiming to have an exhibition of 10,000 stories of kindness told by children from across the globe. In 2 years' time, we aim to have 1 million stories that we can share so we can learn from them. So to date, we have created a book, which is amazing. That book is going across the globe. We have the book currently in 15 countries and about to go all the way across Scotland in every school. And the idea is each child writes a story in that book and passes it on to another child until that book is full. And then those stories will be told across the globe. Just those small acts of kindness, the difference they can make. The second is about technology and ensuring that the leaders of technology have a charter that they work to that puts the well-being of citizens at the heart of everything they do. And the third for me is around the charity sector. Now, the Campaign magazine said that 63% of people trust major brands more than they do anybody else. And in one sense, in what we're going through at the moment, it's kind of not surprising. However, when we look to the future, what we're seeing is that fewer and fewer people will own the wealth of the land, which means the business rules that they live by need to be focused on the well-being of citizens at the heart of everything they do. And so we need charities to be the trusted organisations. We need them to be there for the long term. Charities today are facing a challenging time. They need more funds, they need more volunteers. They need to be able to embrace the future and look to the future, whilst today they have to constantly look under the bonnet. So why am I telling you all this? Well, I would really like your help with the Kindness Book. I'd love for you to be an ambassador. I'd love for you to get it across schools. If you have people you think could help fund it, that would be fantastic. It costs £22 a book. We need to get 5,000 books out there, which would be amazing. We've done quite a lot of funding ourselves so far, but your help would be immensely invaluable. the tech charter, if you're a leader if you're a leader in tech, then step forward. I'm going to be hosting a dinner and I would love to hear your views on the tech charter. And if you're in the charity sector and you really want to be there for the long term and see the charity sector make a meaningful contribution to those people who may be struggling to find their way in life, step forward, join our gang, #CharityForum, come and have your say and help us create a sustainable, fit for the future charity sector. Thanks very much for listening to me. Debra Charles. Bye-bye.